My mother-in-law wants to stop my marriage. Should I go no contact with her? This is OKOP, where we read the craziest true stories on earth. I am John, and Sam, should OP go no contact with the mother-in-law?
If you're trying to stop love,
Listen,
I'm going to stop loving you.
that's right. Tit for tat.
Tit for tat. I mean, I think OP should probably distance himself or herself from the mother, at least temporarily, until the marriage is over.
Yeah, exactly. Just wait for the divorce.
Yeah.
Then you can become best friends.
I mean, I was saying like the wedding ceremony,
Right.
but also wait for the divorce so that he can be friends with your mom
Let's
again.
ride it all the way, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's only one way to find out what happens. Spill that tea! So this one comes from mother-in-law issues, very apt.
Very apt.
They say, let's get down to business. I've been with my fiance, Adam, for 5 years, and we've been engaged for 7 months. We have a beautiful home together, and we both work really hard at our relationship.
Flex.
Quite a flex. The issue isn't with Adam. He does his very best to try to mitigate the situation with his mom.
But his best ain't good enough.
Nope. But it's wearing on him, and I worry that one day he'll have to choose. I don't want him to have to do that. That would hurt him too much to choose between me and his family. There are a lot of situations, but I thought I would highlight the worst/most recent.
Woo, we got like a worst of recap.
That's right.
Let's go.
Coming in at number 1, around 3 years ago, 1 month after we purchased our house, his mom really needed windows in her house.
Okay.
Mold was growing a lot, and some no longer had seals.
Oh.
Now his mom actually has a sizable savings account, enough that she could spend her money frivolously on luxury goods like Birkin bags.
Those are like 40K bags.
Oh, 6 figures in some cases. And getting her hair done 2 times a week, her nails, buying a new Mercedes every 2 years, and so on. However, she never budgets for anything. So she asked him for $25,000 to replace the windows. He said he would cover them.
How about that Birkin bag money? Sell a purse.
Seriously.
Buy a window.
Go on eBay. When he told me, I almost had a heart attack. He said it was a loan and that she would pay him back.
Pay him back right now.
Yeah, by not taking money and spending her own.
You have a ton. Maybe don't get a hairdo once that week.
I still have law school debt to cover, and we have a larger than we should have mortgage. Oof. She made a comment to him about how I would let her freeze to death all winter, and he had to help her.
You have money though.
We took out extra on the mortgage, on our mortgage, to cover her windows. Top of the line, everything.
Let her ass freeze.
Right? Seriously. We still have yet to see a dime. I suppose it went into her new GL class of new Mercedes-Benz.
Oh.
To quote the Bard, neither a borrower nor a lender be.
I am allergic to this mother.
Same. On to number 2. Adam and I had a vacation planned the year after the Windows dilemma happened. We decided that we would go to Europe for 2 weeks as he has never been, and I lived there from the time I was 3 until I came to America for school. We had set our hearts on Spain and rented a lovely apartment in Barcelona for 2 weeks. Sounds fantastic.
Spain is great.
Right? It was perfect for the 2 of us. We planned all of our tours and outings around our interests. Adam loves architecture, so we had a few tours solely planned for that. Now, do you see what's about to happen? Do you see the I see you in the comments?
I honestly don't see it.
His mother decided she had to come. She had to come.
Next thing you know, she's going to be like, oh, I'm actually cold traveling too. Can I snuggle with you guys?
No. Even better. Can you give me $25,000 to get new windows in my hotel you just paid for? God.
And also, I want to snuggle.
Yeah.
I want to be the meat in the middle.
Yeah, never mind. I'll just cuddle with you. Thanks.
No one cuddles with my son alone.
That's right.
I brought him into this world and I'm going to
cuddle him out. Woo! She had never been to Europe either, so she invited herself on our trip.
She does not deserve Europe.
Like I did previously, I tried to appeal to his rational side, but I couldn't get through his emotional side, so I just accepted that she'd be coming along.
Oh my God.
Well, Coach was not good enough for her, and she had to have tickets upgraded to business class.
They don't have the money.
Just give it to me. Just give me the money. But she didn't want to travel alone, so she pitched in for a seat for Adam to travel with her.
Who's Adam?
Her son.
Oh.
I had to remain in coach alone. There it is.
Oh.
There it is. Then she didn't want to stay at the apartment because it wasn't a vacation to her. No, she had to stay at the W in Barcelona.
And the W Hotel is very expensive. They have one in Beverly Hills and Hollywood. Or sorry, no, the W is in Hollywood.
And it ain't cheap.
It ain't cheap. Dang, dude.
Where, get ready for this, she begged Adam to stay with her, but there wasn't.
I was joking. She wants Adam to sleep with her.
But there wasn't any room for me. No room. He tried to reason with her, but she cried and said how sad she was without her husband as he had passed away before they could ever get to Europe together.
Bro, that is cringe. That is cringe. My husband died, so can you be his replacement?
God, son.
Son husband?
He passed away 10 years ago. So I stayed at the apartment alone while they stayed at the hotel.
Her husband was literally dying to get away.
But ouch. We were supposed to meet up for breakfast, but she would never get ready on time. So they wouldn't be down until 11 a.m. and we missed most of our outings. I definitely felt like a third wheel.
That is cringe. I'm cringing so hard right now.
And questioned why I even bothered to go on the vacation when I could have stayed at home and not felt so alone. And I have to, before we get into number 3, Sam, what are we doing?
Oh my God.
What are we doing?
Like
Talk to
mama's
me.
boy taken to the max. Like, hey, there is a healthy love for your mom. I have a healthy love for my mom. Most boys and men love for the mom. Riley was talking to his mom this morning. Seemed lovely. But as soon as you're sleeping with your mom over your wife, I think that is a major red flag.
Yeah, I think like OP in the beginning of the story was like, oh, we have a great relationship. He isn't the problem. However, he is enabling her.
He's rolling over like
He's rolling over.
dumb bastard.
Yeah, like how could you let your own mom like ruin this vacation with you and your wife? And
I think he wants it. I think he wants it. I think he's blaming things on his mom. I think he actually wants it.
yeah, I think his mom is still crazy, but like he
Yeah.
he likes enabling and giving in.
Freaking thinks that this man's Oedipus.
Wow, dude. Oh man, big old Eddie piss in
Good,
that
yeah,
Oedipus.
God.
Oh goodness gracious.
God.
Well, on to number 3.
Someone asked for John's "Oh Gods" to be compiled.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
yeah.
So on to number 3. Adam and I began to discuss wedding plans. I would like to keep it relatively low key as my family still lives in Europe and cannot attend as my father is very sick and we are worried that he may take a turn for the worse.
Oh, that sucks.
Traveling is just not worth it for him, and I wouldn't want to risk his health for something that is a one-day event. I told Adam that I would just like a courtroom ceremony with his mother and sister, of course, and friends. We'd then take everyone out to a very fancy dinner. His mother did not, I repeat, did not take kindly to this.
Why is she involved?
She said that if her son was going to get married, it would have to be a grand affair for everyone to see.
She's a little too involved.
Way too involved.
Way too involved. Like, I bet you she'll like come over to his house or something and literally rearrange everything in his kitchen.
Yeah, we don't know anyone who would do that.
We don't know anyone who would do that.
Put things out of...
Mom, why did you say that Riley's bagels were shit?
Dude, she really did, though. I
What?
was a little hurt.
Wait.
So,
Okay,
Very
story
quick
time
aside.
at the
Okay,
end.
story
Very
time.
okay story time at the end. The bagel finagle. I just keep looking at my side of the seating chart and the pitiful number of guests. I just want to cry. She has been planning the wedding. I told Adam I didn't want this. I expressly told him that I just wanted a small, really, really, really small event.
Hey, babe, you are important, but you know who's more important than the planning of this wedding?
My mom.
My mom.
Yeah, bro, stop.
Red
it.
flag.
No go. She won't even hear him. She just refers to me as her and she and says how I think that I'm too good for a large wedding and that my family is too good for America. Question mark.
You think it's too good for the US of A?
My family is American and my dad was an ambassador for America.
Damn.
I mean, you
about
can't
as
get
American
literally
as it
more
gets.
American than the ambassador. Number 4. This has been happening a lot recently, and this time it's been one too many times. Lately, she's been asking for more together family time. She lives quite close, but we don't see her all that often as she has friends and events that keep her busy. Not too busy to plan the wedding though. She has requested that we, Adam and I, have a dinner with her 3 times a week.
That is crazy.
Well, what has been happening is that she has been reserving a spot at the restaurant for 6 p.m. I don't get home till 6:30 some nights.
She's trying to exclude his wife.
She has just been encouraging Adam to eat out. I said that very explicitly with her, as I am thoughtless to come home at a decent hour to eat with her and her son. How lonely that must be for him. It honestly doesn't bother me that he goes out to eat with her that often, but the things she says behind my back.
Should.
Right? The thing she says behind my back? Well, I came home early tonight. I left work and was on the road by 4:30 p.m., home by 5. I surprised Adam as he was just coming in the door when I yanked the door open to greet him happily. He was so excited to see me. I could come to dinner with him and his mom. I told him I just needed to shower real quick and get dressed.
Oh God, put an ICU in the chat if you know what's coming.
We tragically know what's about to happen. He called his mom right away and told her that I would be able to make it. He also made a comment stating that he hoped there was a reservation for 3 tonight. She said there was, but she thought that they'd eat earlier, like 5:30, and was already on the way to the house now. She got there at 5:15. She stated she couldn't wait another second and had to eat right then and there. Oh. Adam said I'd be ready in another 15 minutes and offered to call the restaurant and request that they move us back. She wouldn't hear it. She just whined about being hungry and how about a poor old woman should be expected to wait so his fiancé could fulfill her vain requirements. Look at it. He came upstairs and asked how long I'd be. I said just another 10 minutes. He said his mom was really upset and hungry. If I could skip a step for him so we could leave earlier. I told him, go ahead without me. I would just meet him there. That was fine. I got there and the table was for 2. Of course. Adam said we could make room, but she said how we'd be inconveniencing everyone and that I should just go sit at the bar. And she'd try to get it fixed. How hard can Sam wave this flag, ladies and gentlemen? I had 1 drink at the bar and then I left. Came home, calmed down a bit, and now I'm writing this. So that's the 4 out of the 4. There's more to this story.
Oh my goodness.
But can we break down? Wait, should she just leave Adam? Should she just leave the relationship?
I mean,
Question mark?
I think I'm generally not for ultimatums,
Right.
but the mom, I think in this case,
Have we finally found the one?
I think you have to say, hey, you have to start choosing me over your mom.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, this is going too far. This is going too far. I think OP has been put extremely all the way in the back seat, and the mom is just completely taking over. She needs to point out that this is not okay.
100%.
Which it's not. And he needs to spend time with her. I think she needs to put her foot down a little bit, but I don't know if he'll change.
Yeah.
He seems deep in mama boy territory.
So deep. And it's crazy how not only he doesn't see it, but it seems like she kind of doesn't either.
I feel like she's overlooking a lot.
Yeah. She's like, there's a massive amount of blame that belongs on Adam's shoulders. Point blank, period.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, the mom is crazy, but like he's enabling the crazy.
So much so.
Like you can listen to your mom, but you can just say, no.
Especially like, it's one thing where it's like, hey, like, oh, let's have dinner tonight, whatever, blah, blah. But when she's like, take me on your trip with your, partner to
and
Europe
sleep with me instead of your wife.
That is so beyond
So over the
unacceptable.
line.
Give me $25,000 when she easily could afford herself.
I think, OP, put your foot down if you want to save this relationship, but there's a very good chance it may be beyond saving.
It really might be.
Please tell me this isn't the end of the story.
Oh, it is not.
Is there a juicy update?
There's more to go, my friend.
Woo, let's go.
So we just went through the big four, right?
Yeah, she's been writing this for probably like an hour.
But now we're getting to how OP really thinks about it all.
Okay.
We're going from facts to feelings. Wow, that was long. Yes, it was. I think I needed to just get that out there. I guess therapy.
Online therapy.
Online
Reddit
therapy. I guess I figured everything out though. Sorry to bother you in r/relationships. Unfortunately, my relationship is over with Adam.
What? Did she like realize in writing this that I'm not going to take this anymore?
I think so. This feels like she went back and maybe edited the original post. That's what this feels like right here. It wasn't explicitly stated that it was that, but that's what it's looking like. I realized this as I poured my heart out on this sub. Thank you. So,
Dude,
yes.
sometimes that's what you need. I feel like these, like people submitting this stuff to these Reddit communities and online, just saying it makes it real. And you start to have like a little bit of perspective because you're not so enthralled and like taken by it. You're able to look at it with a little bit more objectivity. And I think like, she's like, oh shit, I didn't even realize how much I'm putting up with, but now it's all on paper. Like, damn.
Totally. I would venture to bet that probably like 90% of people, this is their first time like getting it out and not just like it stewing in random spots in their heads.
Yeah.
And like you said, getting it all out, not just thinking it all through, but thinking it through enough to type it and lay it all out and then be able to see it back.
But it's one thing to say, it's over. It's another thing to actually end it. So
that's a great point.
is OP actually going to end it?
There is an update. So after I posted a comment on my own thread and about 2 glasses deep into a bottle of wine, Adam came home.
Uh-oh.
This was extremely late. He sat down beside me and looked defeated. He just looked at me with hopeless eyes. I asked him if he wanted to talk about it. He said he needed time to process everything that happened tonight. I also told him that I needed time. He said
did she tell him? Or is this, or do we not know what happened yet?
I think it was like the bar night. Like what?
Oh, what happened? Okay.
He said to me that whatever I wanted to do, he would accept it. So I called up my maid of honor and asked if she would come pick me up and if I could stay at her house for the night. Adam and I kissed. He told me that he loved me and I left.
But I love my mom more.
Man, my mom kisses me better. I haven't been back from Colleen's house. I made a call the next morning to my office asking for a few more days off to go visit family. So right now I am writing to you from my parents' house in Europe. I called Adam and told him my plans, and he asked me if I would let him drive me. I told him I was okay to go myself with my maid of honor, Colleen, and that I would email him when I got to my family's home. When I got settled at home, I emailed Adam and I sent him the thread that I had made that Tuesday night.
Oh, the Reddit thread.
The Reddit thread.
Ooh.
Wow. I wonder how he's going to respond.
A large majority of you wanted him to read it. So he has read all of your comments.
Juicy. I bet he feels terrible.
Oh, has to. He better.
He better. If he doesn't, he's crazy.
He also read the part where I came to the conclusion on my own that I had to end things. Wait, is this how he finds out? That's kind of crazy.
But I feel like he was already admitting to an end already. He's like, whatever you choose, it's fine.
I guess he could kind of like sense it, but like, I don't know. It's kind of unclear,
Okay,
but
well,
it almost feels like the final nail in the coffin was him reading it.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I have a feeling though that the relationship isn't going to end. That's my so my prediction, my conspiracy is the relationship isn't going to end.
Walk me through it. Like, why do you think that?
I feel like he might change his ways after reading this. He might finally come to.
Like the same way that like it felt like OP's process was just like writing it out and reading it back to herself. Maybe his process is seeing everyone's comments and probably how
And maybe he finally realizes how he's been acting is not normal and not okay. But let's see. Let's get back to reality.
We talked briefly over Skype. He told me he felt raw from the thread.
Wow.
But he was glad that I had gotten things out. He asked me if I was sure if I wanted to break things off or if I still needed time to think. I said I was pretty sure. He asked me for a probability. This is a joke in our relationship for dealing with decisions. And I said I was 90% sure that this was the end for us. And I was using my time away wisely to really consider everything. For some reason, his eyes brightened and he just told me that we could talk about it when I got back stateside. I wouldn't break up with him over Skype. And I think we have a lot of legalities to go through regarding the house, and we have to collect any deposits that are available when we cancel the wedding things, because his mom didn't pay for any of the wedding she planned.
Oh, so they're not married. Yeah, they're not married yet, but they're soon to be husband and wife, maybe.
And deposited all the stuff on the stuff the mother-in-law wanted. Anyway, I had a sit down with my father. He's been feeling much better, which is a huge relief. He has offered me 2/3 of the cost of the house. Wow. So basically like some sort of offer for the house. He offered me 2/3 of the cost of the house. So I could either buy it from Adam and pay off most of the mortgage, or just walk away and buy myself something else. So he is essentially saving her the trouble of the whole house,
Right.
which is huge.
Which is amazing.
I did not expect this, but he said he would give me options should I decide what he thinks I have decided. He says he just wants me to have freedom and that he wouldn't want to see my heart and my bank account broken at the same time. So that's that. Like I said, nothing really happened between Adam and I. I do have more power though, thanks to my parents, and I have been enjoying my time with my family. My mom and I have been shopping a lot, and my brother, my dad's doctor, and his family have been coming over for dinner quite a bit. My sister is expected to return from China tomorrow, and I'm very excited to see her. I wish you all a happy holidays and a hopeful new year. Hopefully, my next update will have a conclusion one way
yes.
or another.
I need the conclusion, but it is so amazing that the father is just like, hey, I don't even want you to worry about money. Worry about what you want for your life without the complexity of intertwined financials.
Because here's the other thing to consider, right? So he's buying her out of the house. Great. She's, relieved of having to kind of like deal with Adam on matters of the house. The dad now has to deal with Adam on matters of the house because he is a 2/3 owner.
No. I think what is happening is he's going to give her money, and then he's giving her 2/3 of cash for the house. So it's like if the house is worth $100,000, he's giving her $66,000.
Right.
And then she can use that money to buy Adam out of the house, I think. And so essentially he's just like unburdening her from having to think about it because she can buy Adam out of the house.
Right. Which is, okay.
I believe.
Okay.
But tell us in the comments if you think we're wrong.
Could be wrong. But yeah, like either way, like at the barest of minimum, he would probably have to deal with Adam in some sort. I mean, honestly, probably all three of them have to deal with closing that out.
Yeah.
But still, and it's probably not like 66,000. It's probably like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
But she also has the option of just walking away from the house, giving it to Adam, and then taking that money and getting something else, which she said she also might do.
Totally huge.
But I need to hear this update.
Let's get into it. February 26th, around 2 months later. I wanted to thank everyone again for their continued support and interest in my relationship issues. You're welcome. Sincerely, the advice and shared experiences have made everything a lot clearer. Also, Adam has been following along. Firstly, I specifically wanted to thank everyone who defended and supported Adam. I don't see Adam as a bad guy, and I really wouldn't want to be vindictive. So passive-aggressive comments while leaving or making rude comments to him or anything really mean-hearted, I couldn't do to him. He has supported me emotionally through getting my MBA, helping me study for the LSATs, a very huge and complicated test. He read over my essays to apply to law schools. He did mock interviews with me, sat through boring orientations, stayed up all night with me when I was sick with nerves before I took the bar. He was my cheerleader when I ran my first triathlon. Bro, OP is on top of her game.
Wow.
Triathlete, like
I
lawyer,
know.
like crazy. And he is my champion when I see a house centipede, I guess, to squash the mean bugs. He is my dream man, and I would never give up my relationship with him if I didn't feel like I was fighting a losing battle. Now, are you guys in for a real shocker?
Yeah.
Someone made a comment in the update that he would be outside my parents' house if he really wanted it to work. He took your advice to heart, and he was outside with his bags and a rental on the evening of the 24th. I was taken aback. What do we think about that real quick?
Christmas Eve. That is rom-com territory.
Do we think that's a good move?
I mean, he listened to the comments.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's having to fight for his
I
relationship.
feel like that's where I mean, it's weird if it's a stranger. It's weird if it's like someone they had a bad breakup, like don't talk to me ever again. There's this 10% like I'm not sure if I want to continue. I think it's a fight for the relationship that will be well rewarded.
I think the showing up there is great. Showing up with the bags on Christmas Eve is, and I guess to her
romantic.
house, to her house,
To a parent's house.
to the parents' house.
So he showed up in Europe with his bags
I mean, yeah.
on Christmas Eve saying, here I am. I love you.
Rock me like a hurricane.
Hurricane.
The only weird thing, is like his bags, it feels like he's expecting to stay over, which like maybe OP is not ready
He's just
for.
expecting to stay somewhere. He just fucking came from Europe, bro.
Hey, I'm
Came
just
to
saying.
Europe from America.
I'm just saying, just have the tact with the grand. I don't know.
You have a romantic bone in your body, Johnny.
Hey.
Goddamn.
Hey, it's all
That's
business.
romantic as fuck. Are you
It's
kidding
all,
me?
It's all good work, Johnson, with me, okay?
Dude, Riley, I could totally see Riley do it. Riley
Yeah.
would never
Oh,
get in a situation where that would
dude.
happen, but I could totally see Riley doing that.
We need to make like an 80s rom-com movie with Riley. Like I feel
Riley at
like
the
Riley
center.
would thrive
Oh, yeah,
thrive.
Yeah, Riley is the biggest cutie this side of the Mississippi.
Maybe that's our book and movie.
Yeah.
is
Riley's
a
love Chronicles.
rom-com that we've turned into
Yeah.
who knows?
Who
Who
knows?
knows?
I can't believe you wouldn't do this.
You still can't believe that he would
That
do this?
you wouldn't
Yeah.
do this.
I am down for it.
Bro,
I am
You don't
just
sound
saying,
down for
I'm
it.
waiting for you to show up to Sedan on Christmas Eve.
bro, in the middle of a horrendous civil war. It's the bags. It's just the bags lead to like, oh, I'm gonna sleep
Bro, so
over
you're
here.
saying you're going to Sedan without any bag?
No.
You're
Okay,
going to
okay.
Sedan bagless?
Why are the bags bothering you
Bro,
so
why,
much?
why are you
Okay,
alone
let
with
me break it
that?
down
Do
for
you
you.
expect him to go with no clothes?
Let me break it down for you, okay? So I go over there, I get a hotel. I drop my bags off there.
What?
Then I pull up to the spot in here because I'm not going to assume, because what if the parents are like, yo, we don't want
have
you
a
to
spot for you?
We don't want you to stay overnight. What if the woman is like, I don't want you to stay overnight. I'm like, I'm here. If you want me in any and everything. Are you kidding me?
You can
What are you
take your
shaking
bags
your head
away.
at?
Yes. No, dude. Okay. You just landed in Europe or whichever one you want to pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
John's
not going to my
girlfriend is from
fucking
Sedan, by
hotel
the
the
way.
first thing I get there. I'm going to go see her because your relationship's on the brink.
That's what I'm saying. Bro,
You
just
said you're going to drop your bags off at the hotel.
Yeah, you don't have
Easy.
time.
That'll
You don't
take
have
me
time
30
to drop your
minutes.
bags. Love is on the line. You need to go straight there. Every second counts.
Every second counts at this moment, bro.
Bro,
You have
if
a
you wait to
10%
go get
chance
your
of
bags,
saving your relationship.
Christmas Eve might be over. And Christmas Eve is the most romantic day.
Christmas Eve is fire. That's like
Come on.
banger day.
That's
to
a
do
banger
this.
day. To
Banger day to do this.
banger bay.
By the way, this has been like 2 months basically. Oh no. This was. Oh, I'm just kidding. This was like 2 days after the incident because
Yeah.
December 22nd and now
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
December 24th. So he almost immediately turned around, got on a flight. I think that's great. I'm just saying, guys, please in the comments tell me if I'm an idiot or help me out.
You know, it's not you're not an idiot. You're just not a romantic.
Dude.
You gotta go. The romantic is not gonna like, I'm gonna go to a hotel and plan everything. No, I'm going with my boombox and my bag straight to her door, and I'm saying, babe,
All in on the
I
boombox.
love you. It's Christmas Eve.
All in on the
I
boombox.
don't love my mom as much as you. My mom is back in the U.S. I'm here with you.
Boombox and no bags. That's all I'm saying. I'm digging my heels in at this point.
Bro,
I'm
all
standing
right.
on business.
Let us know if you would rather leave the bags at the hotel or come with the bag straight from the airport. Put your answer in
To
the
be clear,
comments.
for me not assuming that I'm gonna crash with you and your parents. To be clear, to give you your
John
space
hates
if
love.
you want it. But I'm here. All right, back to me not hating love and back to the story. So here we go. Vindicated. Okay, here we go. So I blurted out, "What the f are you doing here?" See?
No, she's not saying that. She's like, what the F are you doing here?
We'll see.
And he's like, I wanted to show you how much I love you. And she's like, you can't be here. We can't be together. And he is like, but it's Christmas and I have a package right for you.
Ding dong, baby.
And she's like, oh, I thought you forgot. And he's like,
Gets her hand in
baby,
there.
Santa ain't coming with his sack, but I am.
She just reaches her hand to the box.
No bags. No bags. No bags. He just laughed and said he wanted to talk about everything and it couldn't wait until I got back.
Yeah, I couldn't wait.
I'm down for that. I'm
Couldn't
down
wait.
for that.
I didn't have time to go to a hotel.
He's there. Stop it. He'd been reading all of the comments on the threads and he felt like they were very eye-opening. He browsed r/raised by narcissists and felt very moved by the similarity some of the posters have with their parents. He said that he spent the last few days thinking about what went down at the restaurant with his mother, and the look in my eyes when I looked at him after I realized what had happened broke his heart. What I didn't know was that he and his mother got into a row after I went to sit at the bar, fighting about me and how he doesn't feel free, how his sister used to say she had the same problems, but since she moved far away, it has died down a lot. A lot of people ask me why I put up with this for so long. I tried to remember when this really started happening, when it stopped appearing like regular mother-in-law, don't want to lose my son comments, and began to feel like isolation and vehemence. We used to have an okay relationship when we first met. Sometimes we'd go shopping together, and once we got our nails done. It was when Adam and I purchased a house together, that's when it really started to get bad.
She's taking my baby away.
The windows incident was the first really big issue I remember, when she realized we were serious about each other. So back to when we were at my parents' house, we had a serious heart-to-heart. I thanked him so much for saying that he didn't have to stay at my place and not I'm just kidding. I bared everything to him and he did the same. So there was no extreme confession of incest or physical abuse. Well, thank God.
Wow.
Okay. Swipe the brow.
Woo.
Yeah, right. God. It was just that he thinks he was raised by a narcissist who saw control of her son, her pride and joy slipping away.
Yeah.
We came to a decision. Here's what we decided on December 27th. He went back to the US after New Year's Day, a couple of days before me, and moved his stuff out of our place to a friend's house. He didn't want me to have to be inconvenienced for changes he had to make. We put our engagement on hold for the time being. He canceled all the plans his mother made. He has been seeing a therapist since the middle of January pretty consistently, 2 to 3 times per week. I've been to 4 sessions with him. His mother has not.
Oh.
Whew, thank God.
We have sort of begun dating each other again, and I have been talking to his sister and things that his mother put her through. Adam is very lucky. Now, about his mother. He has decided to give her one last chance to go to therapy with him, and he stated that if she does not, he will be going no contact with her.
Wow. We love an ultimatum.
We have a lot to rebuild, but I know we can do it together. So, we have another juicy update.
Another one?
Another one.
This feels like a great place to end, but I guess there's juiciness to be squeezed.
It ain't over. So since you're so enthralled by OP's grand romantic gestures, how are you feeling about everything and prediction? Do you think the relationship will be saved? Or do you think it will ultimately falter out?
I think OP is making a lot of strides in the right direction.
You mean Adam?
Sorry, I think Adam is making a lot of strides in the right direction. And also, I think OP is also making a lot of strides in the right direction. I think both of them are. I mean, OP is saying, hey, this does not work for me.
Yes.
Here's what you can do to fix it. And Adam is fixing it and doing the same. And he's literally traveling across the world saying, I will move wherever, baby, because I have brought all of my bags with me. And these bags are evidence that I will pick up and move wherever you want because this relationship is the most important thing to me.
What about the bags?
The bags! But yeah, I think it's going in a great direction. I hope there isn't something weird that F's it up.
Give me your final prediction.
I think it's going to stay. I think it's going to, I think this is my prediction.
Yeah.
I think they're going to stay together.
Yeah.
But he's going to go no contact with his mom. I think there's a little drama to ensue.
Yeah. I think at first I was a little iffy on whether it would work out, but he made drastic times called for drastic measures and bro pulled the F up. He really did that. I think he's finally ready to cut out his mom. The glass has been broken with his mom. He realizes what's about to happen. Well,
let's kick mom to the curb.
Let's see what does happen in this juicy update.
Get that juice.
Final update, December 16th, 2015, almost a full year later. It's been a long time, r/relationships. We are all a year older. Adam and I will be composing this thread together. Oh no, I gave away the ending.
A collab post.
Yes, we are together.
Woo!
In
There we go.
fact, we're married.
Let's go. Love wins.
That's right.
It's all because of the bag.
Nope. The bags almost threw everything. She's like, babe, this was going so great. The bags were the only thing that gave me second thought.
All right. In the comments, are you team bags or team no bags?
Put the no emoji and bag emoji if you're riding with your boy, okay?
And just put 3 bags
Just
of
put 3
emoji
bags
if you're
for them.
riding with this boy.
We'll see who wins at the end, okay? Give us your final votes. All right. So here it goes. Last time we left off, Adam was seeing a shrink, still is, to try and unwind some of the damage his mother did.
Yep.
We were living separately for the time being. Adam's mother tried to end her own life. But no, really, she called emergency services before she tried and didn't even have time to swallow more than 2 pills. It's so scary to think that within his mind, there was such an abusive past when he has always had such a happy exterior. My husband, man, that's fun to say, was basically traumatized by his own mother his entire life. As was his sister. I had alluded before in one previous thread that Adam's sister had it a lot worse than Adam when they were younger. But when Adam's father died, his mom locked in on him. She had it worse? I cannot even imagine. That's insane. So Adam's dad passed away because of kidney failure. However, Adam had donated one of his kidneys to try to save him. His father's body rejected the donation and passed away about 11 years ago this coming April. His mother took it upon herself during this grieving process to manipulate him into believing he killed his own father. And she was alone now because of him.
I feel so bad that she attempted her own life, but at a certain point, does someone become so destructive that you just can't have them in your life?
It's such a hard thing because it's like, what else can you do? OP is trying to just truly live his life and donated a kidney to his own father. And she's like, bro, he's the reason he had a fighting chance.
Yeah.
A fighting chance.
And she's like, your kidney wasn't good enough.
Imagine if he didn't. What would you be saying?
Probably you're he's still sick because your kidney is making him fail. She would find some sort of way.
Yeah, she sounds awful.
Some sort of way that if he wanted to repair what he did to her, he would treat her better. Every time he thought he could get away and create his own life and feel free, she would remind him. The windows, for example. I only heard this part where she blamed me, but I tried to think back on the conversation and really try to hear what Adam said. It's about 4 years ago now, but he was telling me at the moment that the reason her house was falling down was because she no longer had a man to take care of it because he killed his dad. Bro.
This gives so much context to why he was bending over backwards for her.
Yes. True. So true. So true. He was trying to tell me. I just wasn't able to understand what it meant. Same with the vacation to Barcelona. She was doing it in front of me now. When he was younger, a lot of these issues had been regarding academic success or athletic success. She didn't have any issue then with his girlfriends or anything. She just viewed her children as extensions of herself. It was bad, just wasn't this level of guilt-inducing insanity. Let's get back to the present day. Adam's psychologist had suggested Adam offer his mother a chance to come to therapy to work out issues. He wasn't able to propose this to her at the time because after her attempt to take her life, she whisked herself away on a cruise to get some much needed R&R, whatever. Oh my God. You'd think that he was asking her to murder puppies the way that she went on. So that's that. No contact.
I think
It's the time.
It's the time.
She has tried, but Adam has either ignored all of her phone calls with unknown numbers, we had our locks changed, and his work has strict instructions not to let her pass the doors. She moved to where Adam's sister lives in July, but I know his sister, we are close. He has been no contact with her since she met her husband. We wrote off the $25,000. We either get it back in probate in court, in inheritance, or not at all. I'm not really choked up about it. Not enough to do any extra work to get it back right now, especially since Adam is worried that she'll use it as leverage to buy back in. We ended up getting married in September. I flew to be out with his parents this week to renew our vows in their house, and we're going to have our honeymoon in Fiji come January.
Amazing.
That's, God, you deserve. Please don't let the mother-in-law come. Don't do it. My dad isn't doing so well, but he always seems to fluctuate like that. However, my brother isn't optimistic this time. Anyway, we were wondering, since you all have been so supportive, if you would do us one small favor. Adam and I are going to have a grieving ceremony for his father so he can process it correctly without manipulation. For any of you who lost parents, what helped you get through it? Thank you for everything. We wish we could have invited each and every one of you to the wedding, but that would be creepy.
Wow.
Here we are.
I mean, it went pretty dark.
Yeah.
But I feel like we came out with like a beautiful ending where OP and her new hubby are happy.
Best possible outcome considering the circumstances, I would say.
Yeah, and circumstances were rough. But I mean, I guess to OP's question, like for anyone who has experienced the loss of a parent, like what did you do to grieve? I would love to hear your answers to that. And what do you think about how OP went no contact with his mother? Like I feel, I mean, I would love to know what you think, John, but I feel like it was warranted.
I think that was,
or no, sorry, not OP, but Adam went no contact with the mother. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was definitely warranted. Like there kind of just comes a point where it's like, I can't just completely give you my life to like manipulate and destroy it anymore.
At a certain point, it's my life and I can choose what to do.
Exactly. I 100% agree with that decision.
But Riley, you have a little bit of a story time about my mom and your bagels.
Yep. So Sunday, Sophia was moving in. And before she got there, we had a little text thread going, and she was like, hopefully we have a clean kitchen because I bake a lot, and those who have a clean kitchen gets baked goods. And I was like, oh, the kitchen is a mess. I need to go clean it real quick. So I'm like cleaning it and stuff. And I say hey to Sophia, and then your mom comes in. And I'm like, the water's running because I'm like scrubbing the sink because there's a lot of stuff in it. She comes up to me and she's like, you're from Tennessee, right? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, here in California, we're in a drought and like we try to conserve water. So she like shuts the water off. She says, actually, we need a big, strong man to help us out move the stuff in the car. Can you come out and do it? And I'm like, I'll do it after this. Like I'm almost done. She's like, no. She like takes it out of my hands, puts it down and says, you need to come help me right now. And I'm like, so I'm just going to be honest with you, Sam. That was hard for me. So I was like, I just took a second. I went, the only way to get through this is if I just like make fun of it or just like just whatever.
Yeah.
So since then I was
my
like,
mom is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
To be clear.
So I was like, there's no way getting around it. I'm just gonna like have fun with it. So anytime she would say something, I would like kind of keep it lighthearted or whatever. Like there's no reason to get upset about it. And then she looks at my bagels. I was like about to make breakfast. She's like, are you eating these? And I'm like, yeah, my everything bagels. She's like, these are super processed and they're not good for you. You don't need to eat these. And I'm like, what are you gonna do? Make me a bagel? What else do you want me to do? And I eat them, and she was like, they're bad. So that was funny, but
for
I
a
think
second,
she likes me. She made me
banana
bread. So I was like, oh, great.
She likes all of us in the apartment, but mom, chill.
Dude, I thought it was gonna end with you're like, so she threw the bagels away, and then I thought that's where you're about to take us,
bro. She threw our microwave away.
She did.
That's true.
We already have
in
one.
Fairness,
we have one.
That's okay. We do already have one.
We need to clean that fridge downstairs. It's gross.
It's true. Do we have a hose here?
I think so. Yeah, in the back. We should
give it old freaking spray down.
Yeah.
Spray down.
We
Spray
always
down.
got hose here. Hey yo.
Hey-yo. But I think I got another story for you, John.
Let's spray it down.
Am I the a-hole for staying with my parents and refusing to come home unless it is in the condition I left it in before my in-laws visited? And John, what do you think?
We have a house that has been ruined by OP's parents? Question mark? Or unnamed
I think
individuals?
OP's in-laws. OP's in-laws have ruined it, and OP is staying at their parents.
Right. So, wow. See, that's a tough one to make the stand against your in-laws. That's like not home turf. But you know what? Dang it if I don't respect it.
Yeah.
Dang it if I don't respect
In-laws
it.
clean the place, but there's only one way to really find out.
Spill that tea.
So this comes from Adept Entrepreneur 44, and they say, my husband cannot control his family, or at least he refuses to.
Nice.
When his parents visit and give us shit for forcing our kids to do chores, he gives in, and the house slowly becomes a mess that I have been left to clean up. When his siblings visit, we are expected to clean up after them. I never agreed to this, so now I leave. I lock my office up and go to my parents' house. I meet up with his family at restaurants or other public places. His parents have learned now that when they visit, they have to clean up after the kids or get them or my husband to do it. They tried saying that I was abusive for refusing to do housework while they visited. A little bit of a stretch.
You're abusing me by not cleaning up my mess.
So I posted a picture of my home before they came and one I took during their last visit.
Smart.
I asked them why the house was so messy and dirty and did they have anything to do with it. They said it wasn't their mess. I replied that the house was clean before they showed up.
Excuse me.
Once they started getting dogpiled for messing up my house, they threw the kids under the bus. They said my kids were uncontrollable and it was their mess. I pointed out that there was no mess until they came. So obviously my kids were able to clean up after themselves when there weren't people telling them not to. My husband's siblings have canceled plans to visit because they know I won't be there to clean up after them or cook, so they will have to cook or spend money on takeout and restaurants. Great outcome in my opinion. My husband says I'm being unfair, putting all the work of cleaning up on him. I said he has 2 children to help him as well as adult guests who should be able to not make a mess. I also told him he could just pay for a cleaning service out of his discretionary funds if he wanted to let his family run rampant and not clean up after them. He says I was being mean by not contributing and making him spend his money.
Ooh.
I asked him how much he normally spends on cleaning the house. The answer is nothing, since the 4 of us keep the house clean and tidy when we are on our own. So, am I the a-hole?
Whoa.
Everyone, put your answers in the comments. Do you think OP is the a-hole by leaving and making everyone else, I guess, clean up after themselves? But John, what do you think?
Absolutely not. Listen, if you make the mess, you gotta clean it.
Yeah.
Thou who smelt it,
Something like that.
Something like that. I also need to throw up a red flag because, correct me if I'm wrong, the husband was like, oh, you're going to make me spend my money to clean up everything.
And my time.
It's like, dude, like, first off, have some accountability with your family members.
And it feels very similar to the last story where like husbands just being like not allowing any responsibility to fall on the parents.
Exactly.
You know, like,
exactly.
and also
exactly.
Why are his parents saying that the kids shouldn't clean?
What is this?
Who else is going to do it? Because you aren't doing it. The kids aren't doing it.
Yep.
It all falls on the husband, I guess. Kind of BS.
Like what's going on here? This makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Yeah. Please try to make it make sense for us. Put your answers in the comments. So I guess like what do you think OP is the a-hole?
Absolutely not.
I think so too. Also, it's not like she just like did this after once. It was multiple times. She's like, finally, I'm just going to remove myself from the situation.
Exactly. Which, honestly, really
Riley,
smart.
go ahead.
Do you think if this goes on for much longer, it would be a cause of divorce? Because it like could. Do you think it could snowball? Do you think it could snowball?
I mean, it seems.
I think yes. If it goes out of control like it did in the first story.
But it's not constant. So only every once in a while.
It's not constant. But like, I guess when I think snowball, I'm thinking it's compounding. So like, all right, first it's like these dinners and stuff. Then it's
influencing the kids not doing their chores.
Like,
then it's having the kids smoke crack.
Boom, right there.
When does it stop?
When does it stop?
Never. I don't think it would. I personally.
Cleaning is the gateway drug.
Cleaning is the gateway drug to heroin.
These kids.
I mean, I don't think it because it's not constant that they're staying over. I don't think it's going to snowball that much, but it could be a point of contention in the marriage for sure.
Could be.
But let us know what you think. Put your answer in the comments below. If you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you and see you tomorrow.